It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you, and welcome to this special edition of Science Bowl. The two teams you're about to meet have won already this season, and today will determine who moves on as the fourth and last of our four finalists in this year's middle school competition. Let's meet those teams right now. First, from Samuel Massie Academy, please say hello to Dijon Washington, Khalid Taylor, and Jaleel Acosta. And from Samuel Ogle Middle School, say hello to Josh Bistani Reedman, Austin King, and Hannah Flores. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty, with easier questions on the left, worth 5 and 10 points, the tougher ones, 15, 20, ultimately 25, toughest question of them all. Both teams start out at 50 points apiece, no penalties ever for incorrect answers. Into the 2 rounds today, we will have the last of our 4 finalists, so we have a lot at stake here today. Let's go over and make sure everything's working properly. Khalid, would you try your buzzer for me? All right, he gave it that nice little flourish there. He and Jaleel and Dijon, good luck to you today. And Austin, would you try your buzzer? All right, a confident push over there as well. Good luck to you and to Hannah and to Josh. Congratulations, teams, on making it this far in our competition. It says a lot about your skills. Austin, would you try your buzzer again, please? Okay. Thank you very much. All right, we go alphabetically, and since M in Massie comes before the O in Ogle, we're going to start with Khalid. Give me a category and a number, please.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams recently President Obama pardoned Cobbler and Gobbler to what? Samuel Ogle?
Turkeys.
Turkeys, that's right. They didn't get served up for dinner. They are now on a farm out in Mount Vernon, living the good life. Go green.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, when algae die in large numbers, they create dead zones in bodies of water like the Gulf of Mexico. The reason why it's called a dead zone and fish die is because instead of undergoing photosynthesis, they are undergoing what opposite process? For 25 points, Samuel Ogle, what are they doing?
Respiration.
Respiration, absolutely right. Now they are taking the oxygen in and depriving it of the other sea life. Good answer. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade for 25 points. Look at the monitor in the studio, if you would, please, teams. Yes, this creepy thing is indeed a tick. Between the egg stage and the adult stage, it goes through incomplete metamorphosis, which means it goes through a number of these stages. This is known as a what? What stage in its development? Samuel Ogle?
Pupa.
Pupa stages.
Not a pupa, nope. This tick goes through incomplete metamorphosis. Between egg and adult, it goes through a number of other stages, each of which is known as a what?
Life cycle.
A nymph. A nymph. Through complete metamorphosis, they go through larval, then a pupal stage. But in incomplete metamorphosis, it is different. No points. Again, please, green.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, doctors make you fast for 8 hours before doing a lipid profile if the doctor is particularly interested in investigating the amount of this kind of fat. Samuel Ogle? Yes, sir.
Trans fat?
Not trans fat. Good try. What particular kind of fat is a doctor looking for in a lipid profile if he's looking for the one that comes in good and bad varieties, LDL and HDL?
Cholesterol.
Cholesterol is the answer. Yes, indeed. Good comeback. Go. Red.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams. Geologists now think that this large gash in Arizona is not 6 million years old, but 60 million years old. The Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon. Try again, please, Red.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams on Mythbusters, they set out to disprove that an exploding airbag can blow off these Samuel Ogle.
Thumbs.
Thumbs, absolutely right. I was going to say the signature digit that we have as primates. Absolutely right. I love what they do on that program. Go, green. 80 to 75, you have a narrow lead. We're going to add a few more points there. 90 is the score. Go, Austin.
Let's get physical for 25.
Get physical for 25. The big one in that category, teams. Scientists think they have found the oldest battery ever. Inside an urn in Iraq, they found some copper wire, a center core of iron, and traces of lemon juice inside that urn, which probably was what part of the battery? Samuel Ogle.
Conductor.
More specifically?
Liquid.
The liquid conductor.
More?
The electrolyte.
Electrically.
Electrolyte.
Say it again, please.
Electrically conducted.
The
Electron.
Not quite, not quite. Samuel Massie, this trace of lemon juice on the inside of this first ever battery probably was what part of that battery?
Acid.
Acid, absolutely right. Acid or electrolyte is what I think the term was that you were looking for over there. Nice try. Points to the Massie team. Go.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, sad but true. Chinese surgeons, plastic surgeons, are saying that many women are having parts of these amputated to better fit into stiletto heels.
Their
Samuel Ogle.
heels.
Their heels.
Not their heels, no. Boy, they're having part of these amputated, these Chinese women, so that they can better fit into stiletto heels.
Huh? No, I think it's cartilage.
Khalid?
Cartilage?
Toes. They're having their toes cut off so that they can better fit into those narrow shoes. Go again, Red. 100. You have a 10-point lead, Khalid.
Oh, we red. Okay. Green things for 5.
Green things for 5. This will be the last question before we take our first break. Teams, redwoods are giant trees, but so too are these trees, some of which are known as the President and Chief Sequoia. Samuel Massie.
Cherry blossom.
Not cherry blossom, no. Chief Sequoia and the President are also very big trees, much like the redwoods. What species are they?
Coniferous.
Coniferous.
We're looking for giant sequoia. Giant sequoia was the answer there. Sometimes the very obvious one is the one you never choose. All right, our score heading into the first break. 100 for Samuel Massie, 90 for Samuel Ogle. We'll be back with the second part of this important game in just a moment. Don't go away.
Diet and exercise are never easy. Then again, neither is dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Most of these deaths could be prevented. Please, talk to your doctor about your risk for diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving.
I knew I needed help paying for college. My parents divorced when I was 3, and there's no way they could pay for it all. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a teacher. I used to put together worksheets, and I made my friends do them when they came over. After a while, nobody wanted to come over anymore. My guidance counselor was the one who told me about federal student aid, and my mom was a big help in filling out the free application. It was a challenge, but so worth it when I got the grants and loans that made school possible. What would I tell other kids? I would tell them not to give up, to look for options to go to school. There is a way, you just have to find it. You might have to work and save, but it is what you make it. Life is what you make it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
I always thought being a good mother meant raising my baby myself. But when I got pregnant, I realized I wasn't ready to be a parent. So I did something I thought I could never do. I chose adoption. It was really hard, but I know my baby is with a loving family and has a very bright future.
Sometimes choosing adoption is being a good mother. Visit us at ichooseadoption.org.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Let's go over and meet our 6 players. They've all been here before this season. They've all done extremely well. We're really happy to have them back. Khalid, tell us a little bit about Samuel Massie.
Samuel Massie is a great place to be at because first we have extracurricular activities that you could do that can help, and we also have a great learning process to help the students learn better.
Yeah, and you got great teachers there. Among them is your sponsor. Who is your sponsor?
Miss Minor, our 7th grade science teacher.
Absolutely. Great teacher. And did you have any alternates on your team?
Nope.
No alternates. You guys are it. And what about the principal? Who's the principal?
Miss Michelle Pegram.
Wonderful. And we thank her for letting you guys come and join us here today. You were telling me you have a karate instructor. One of the things you do in your spare time, right? Good for discipline. What else do you do in your spare time?
Play the violin. I go outside, play, watch the Science Bowl on YouTube because I'm very interested in that. Yeah. And also, I've been observing Venus.
Wonderful.
Like when it comes out.
Tell me that again.
It's like it's the morning star.
And the evening star. You're talking about Venus.
Star.
Absolutely right. And this is the time of year we're taping this show in December when Jupiter also is very visible. The best view we're going to have until 2021. So a great time for astronomers. Nice to have you back, Khalid. Good. You're a good captain. Jaleel, nice to have you with us. All right, you got one show under your belt already this year. I can see how excited you are to be back. We're happy to have you here. Tell me about your future. What do you see yourself doing?
What I see myself doing in my future is having a good job, being an engineer and inventor, like living in a good neighborhood, and like the future, like for example, technologies now is a lot, like into robots and flying cars like that. So maybe I see the future like full of technology.
Absolutely, yeah. When I was your age, I remember watching the Jetsons, you know, with the cars flying through the air and Rosie the Robot and all, and so many of those things have come true. And yeah, you want to live the American dream, Jaleel, and I know you're going to get there. You're a great young man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming back today. And Dijon, nice to have you here. This young man who tutors in his spare time. He's paid for it, and it's just a perfect activity for him because he aspires to be a teacher. I think that's great. What would you like to teach someday?
Mathematics. I want to be a professor at Harvard.
At Harvard, wow. So you really want to go to the top. And you can, when you get to Harvard, you can tell your students how it all started.
Yeah.
When I was back in Prince George's County tutoring 3rd graders, right?
Yep.
Wow, that's just great. When you're not tutoring, what do you like to do?
Read a book or act.
Or act, that's right. And this young man played Santa Claus. And what other role did you have?
An old man.
An old man, that's right. Did you move like an old man?
I had it.
That's all part of the acting. All right, nice to have you back, Dijon. Samuel Ogle, nice to have you guys here. This is your 2nd year together as a team. Austin, tell us about yourself, if you would.
I like to play soccer a lot, and I like reading, and I like science.
That's wonderful. And who's the principal at Samuel Ogle?
Mr. Covington.
Wonderful. And the sponsor of your team is Miss Maxwell?
Yes.
And she has been with us for many, many years. She's a great sponsor, great teacher, and I know she's rooting for you today. And any alternates on your team?
We have Nancy Vu and Ryan Westbrook.
Wonderful. We'll bring those out in just a few moments. There were no alternates on the Samuel Massie team. And Austin, Samuel Ogle's a great school because?
Because we have a great staff and have a lot of extracurricular activities that you can be in.
Absolutely. All right. You're a great captain. Nice to have you back today. And Josh, you guys collaborated. You decided to wear the same color shirts today? Yeah, nice fashion statement there. We like it. Now, you're a soccer player, too, just as Hannah is. Now, Josh, you play in the same team as Austin?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. And tell me about I know you're interested in a science career. Yeah. And you aspire to go to Switzerland to the CERN accelerator someday. In the meantime, what do you want to do?
I just want to go to high school and get good grades and do as much stuff that I can do that can help me to get to where I want to go.
Absolutely right. And you've started out well. I mean, you're on our show here. You've been on our show. That requires a lot of preparation and discipline. So I have no doubt you're going to succeed whatever you want to do, Josh. Nice to have you back. You're a good player. Speaking of good players, you're welcome. Hannah, you are just amazing. The first game here, you were coming up with one answer after another. How do you know so much science?
Well, being on the Science Bowl team, it sort of makes you have to go and research new things, and it just requires a lot of paying attention in class and being interested.
And there's no doubt that you've done your homework for this and for everything else in life. This is a young lady who already knows she wants to teach at the University of Maryland, and you'd like to teach engineering, correct?
Yeah.
What kind of engineering?
Chemical engineering.
Chemical engineering. Because I know you like to do experiments. And she always takes the proper precautions. She's just a wonderful young lady. Good to have you with us today. Let's get back to our game. Last correct answer came from the red team, and you still have the lead. Khalid, by 10 points. Start us out.
What you want?
Go ahead, Khalid. You
Body
choose.
systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, all of the vampire actors in the Twilight series have very pronounced what, Samuel Ogle?
Canines.
Canine teeth. Absolutely right. The better to bite you with. Go. Green.
Grade 25.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, if you're trying to clone a rare animal, you will need another species to carry that baby to term. That parent, that substitute parent, is known as a what? Samuel Ogle. Yes, sir.
I know it's a surrogate.
A circuit.
Say it, please.
Josh.
A surrogate.
Surrogate. Yes, indeed. A surrogate parent. Absolutely right. Good. Green.
Dateline science for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. Big one in that category. Look at the monitor, please. It's a visual question. This young lady is having a very bad hair day because she's touching a generator that is named for Van der Waals, Van Allen, or Van de Graaff. What accelerator is she touching? Austin.
I don't know.
Van der Waal?
Not Van der Waal. Is it the Van der Waal generator, the Van de Graaff generator, or the Van Allen generator?
Van Allen. Van
The
Allen.
one neither of you chose. It is a Van de Graaff generator rather, and it's found in a lot of science museums. Generates static electricity. Try again, green.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, what L-initialed green thing, sometimes called reindeer moss, is actually a symbiotic relationship between an algae.
Lichen.
Samuel Ogle.
Lichen.
Lichen, absolutely right. An algae and a fungi. They work together to make life work. Go green.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Teams, lions generally hate water. But in the Okavango Delta in Botswana that floods most of the year, the lions have had to learn to swim to hunt. As a consequence, they're huge. They've developed what big P-initialed muscles as a result of swimming. Samuel Ogle.
Pectoralis.
Pectoralis major or pectoral muscles. Absolutely right. Good. Green.
Body systems
Nice answer.
for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, this medical term has a lot of different meanings. It can mean a fatty deposit inside of an artery. It can mean a bacterial acid substance on the surface of your tooth. It can also be a blockage in the brain if you have Alzheimer's. But same word defines all of those. Samuel Massie for 20 points.
A clot.
Not a clot. Good try. Samuel Ogle, can you tell me what same word has all of those multiple definitions?
Plaque.
Plaque.
Plaque it is. You're absolutely right. Good comeback. Go green.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. If you have multiple atoms together, like 2 oxygens or 3 oxygens, it's no longer atomic. You're now talking about an assemblage known as a what, Samuel Ogle?
Molecule.
Molecule it is, absolutely right. Diatomic or triatomic molecules. Go. Green.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, all of the food that we eat in this country and all of the medication that we take is regulated by the FDA. What does that stand for? Samuel Ogle.
Food and Drug Administration.
Federal.
No, Food and Drug Administration. Food and Drug.
Food.
And drug.
Food and Drug
I hear you, Josh. Food and Drug Administration it is. Absolutely right. I'm going to put you out of your misery over there. Good. Go green.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. This is very unusual. Scientists have found evidence that one of these occurred in landlocked Lake Geneva in Switzerland because of a rock fall, when we know that mostly they occur in the open ocean after an underwater earthquake or volcano.
Tsunami.
Samuel Ogle.
Tsunami.
Tsunami, yeah, tsunami on a lake. Almost unheard of. Fascinating. Good answer. Good answer. Go.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, even though the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled it to be a vegetable, botanists say that this love apple,
Tomato.
Samuel Massie.
Tomato.
Tomato, absolutely right. Good component of the BLT. You're way ahead of me, Dijon. Good answer. Go, Khalid.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade, 15 points. Teams, if this slimy, stinging cylindrate is injured, it reverts to its polyp stage and then regrows. Samuel Ogle.
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish, yes. We think that they might be immortal, that they never die. Green, go.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems, 15 points. Multiple choice question. The 2 sides of your nose and the 2 ventricles in your heart are separated by a striation, a septum, or a sternum. Which of those 3, Samuel Ogle?
Septum.
Septum is absolutely right. Good answer. Good. Green.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams, Roy G. Biv is not a man. He's a mnemonic device. Samuel Ogle.
To say it's the colors in the light stream, and it's red, orange, yellow, green.
Can I give this to Hannah?
Okay.
I certainly may. Yes, you may.
They are the colors. It's the colors in the light spectrum. And
absolutely right. And you do not have to tell me what they are, but you may.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet.
Violet. And I was the indigo, but yes, we wanted the colors of the spectrum, which you got. Good. Thank you very much, Hannah. Hannah, go. Green.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, what H-initialed word describes the shape of the DNA molecule and Samuel Ogle?
Helix.
Helix, yes indeed. Also, I was going to say the shape of a snail's shell. Judges, were you all right on that? Good. Go. Green.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, your question is as follows. Because these serious medical episodes oftentimes increase during the holiday season, doctors call them Christmas coronaries. Samuel Ogle.
Heart attacks?
Heart attacks, absolutely right. Thank you, Josh, for that assist on that one. A coronary is a heart attack. Green, please.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, a new book called Seed by Seed is the story of John Chapman, better known as this guy. Samuel Ogle.
John Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed, he was indeed. Good. Green.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. Teams, all mammals that live in the sea have a thick layer of fat, except for these frisky, cute, furry animals that crack abalone shells on their back with rocks.
Otter.
Samuel Ogle.
Otter.
Otters, yeah, those sea otters with that beautiful coat of theirs. That's what keeps them warm. Come on, don't give up on me, Samuel Ogle. Let's get back in here. Go, Green.
Samuel Massie.
Again, please?
That's Samuel Massie.
I'm sorry, Samuel Massie.
Physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. All right. Let's get physical for 10 points. Question is as follows. Teams, one of Martin Luther King Jr.'s lesser-known quotations is his comparison of society to this medical device that records temperature. Samuel Ogle.
Thermometer.
Thermometer.
Thermometer, yes. He equated society to a thermometer. Yes, sir. Go.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, Hurricane Sandy was called Superstorm Sandy, but it was also equated with this fictional monster created by Mary Shelley. It was also called what, Samuel Ogle?
Frankenstein?
Frankenstein, yes, they called it the Frankenstorm. The buzzer has rung. It looks like Samuel Ogle is moving on as the fourth and last of our semifinalists. We'll be right back with a wrap-up. Don't you go away.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
For years, scientists have explored remote corners of the Earth, searching for exotic substances that might help prevent cancer. At last, man has discovered a secret place where powerful remedies can actually be found. Medical research shows that a vegetarian diet, rich in fruits, vegetables and whole grains, can help prevent many types of cancer. Wherever you live, cancer prevention is as close as your grocery store. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed today's game. We did here in the studio. The score is not that close, but these young people, they are just the best. And we are proud of all of them. Our final tally is Samuel Massie 115, Samuel Ogle 355. What a game you had today. Josh and Austin and Hannah, congratulations. We will see you along with Ken Moore and Greenbelt and Hyattsville in this year's middle school finals. And Ryan and Nancy, I know how proud you are. Miss Maxwell, she's trying hard to contain her excitement. Samuel Massie, I want to see some big smiles over here from our, let's give a nice hand to the Samuel Massie team. Khalid, great captain. Juliet, we loved having you here. Dijon, terrific student. You're going to be a great teacher. And Miss Minor, thank you. Talk about great teachers. Thank you for all you've done. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Science Bowl. Bye now.